These days, it's especially important for everyone to stop and assess their stress and well-being. Dr. Alok Trivedi is an authority on the subject. He's also got a 5-step plan to help you manage stress and calm yourself down in a minute. Dr. Trivedi is in Chicago. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I think is important and that you're talking about, as we are talking about stress awareness this month, is what makes this pandemic, this whole COVID-19 stress, unique from other stressors in our life.
The fact that we don't know, right, Jenny? We're left in such an uncertain period in our life. We don't know when the shelter in place is going to end. We don't know when COVID-19 is going to be over. Is it coming? Is it leaving? There's so much information out there, and we don't know as a society, as individuals, we don't know if we're coming or going. So when we lose control, we feel an immense amount of stress in ourselves, and that's why this one's so unique for all of us.
I think that whole control thing is so important because there is so much we cannot control, and that certainly does tend, at least for me, that makes me more fearful when there are things I can't control. But one of the things we can't control is the time that we're spending giving back to ourselves, and you say that's very important. Don't forget that self-care, especially when you may be working at home right now and you're never separated from your family. You don't have time away from your kids.
Yeah, you need that time, right? And it's so important. I know with my kids, and I am like, look, Dad needs an hour to chill. Like, Dad just needs, give me time to breathe on my own. You guys go do your own thing. And you got to give yourself that opportunity to breathe, relax, give that personal time to yourself so you actually can decompress and think versus be on the state of go, go, go all the time.
Yeah, certainly. Another thing that you talk about is that you have to be fluid because there's so much about this that we don't know, that it's difficult enough to be in this, and sometimes you just have to be able to laugh at it, let it go.
Look, at the end of the day, if we don't laugh at our lives, no one else is going to, and laughter is the greatest medicine, as Patch Adams said, right? And it's so true. Like, to really look back at this and whatever's going on, I know there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of pandemonium in there, but hopefully one day you'll look at this experience for yourself and look at what you learned from it. But more than anything, you'll be able to laugh at the things and the times that you got with your family, your friends, and what you created during this time, and you'll look back and laugh at it. I think laughter is going to be important.
You know, it really is so funny because we see, you know, all the news reporters are at home now. We're all doing Zoom meetings from our homes, and there are random kids that wander in and out of the frame. There are always pets in the background of somebody's shot, and it's just our new normal right now.
Yeah, at least for a period of time, right? I don't think it's going to stay like this forever. At least I hope not, right? But it is our normal for the moment. You know, people keep calling it the new normal. I don't really know if I like that statement. I think it's the moment. It's the normal for now, and that's okay. And learn to be able to adapt in that, not be so rigid with our rules, allows us to really develop a sense of reality. Because whatever our rules are that we place in our life, it always seems that those rules never tend to work out that way. The plan outside is different from the plan we have in our head, and when that happens, we create a lot of chaos and stress in our body. So be fluid, be easy, let life come to you in this period.
You are so right when you say that, and I like how you said that. Don't call it the new normal. You know, it is a temporary thing. One of the things that you say we need to do is look forward to something when all this is over. Look forward to something when we are able to go back out and be with our friends and do things we like to do. I have a child getting married in November, and I have to work really hard to still try to be really enthusiastic, you know, and not get so bogged down in this right now in April, because November is going to be a different story, and I'm going to be excited, and I have that to look forward to, and she certainly does. At least she's not one of the ones affected with having to totally, you know, upend her wedding and reschedule it right now, but it's something to look forward to.
For sure, right? This is the time to, something to look forward to is important, right? Congratulations on your daughter getting married, first of all.
Thank you.
But at the same time, it's your mind needs something to look forward to, right? When the brain doesn't have a vision or something to look forward to, it begins to perish, right? We know this, is that you've got to have something that you're looking forward to achieving and going towards. Create a family goal. Maybe create an opportunity that, you know, when this is all over, you, the kids, the family, yourself, if you're a solo, independent, single person, create a strategy of what you're going to do after this is over, and something that you really would love to do, right? I travel a lot. And so for me, it's like I travel all the time and I can't travel. So me and the kids are planning a trip, and somewhere cool we're going to go when this is eventually all over. But we're planning it out. We're mapping it out. We're looking up places on the internet of the cities we're going to see, what tour things we're going to do inside that event. So we're using this time to look forward to things versus stay in the drudgy trauma of this whole chaos.
That's right. That's really important. You have a 5-step plan, too, for managing stress. What are your 5 tips?
So I call them Sherpa, right? A Sherpa is someone who takes you up the mountain to climb through the highest peaks. And those are stressful periods. So I call it Sherpa. And number one, it's you got to slow down, right? Yeah, everyone's got to slow down. Everyone's so hyper all the time. And what that does, it creates a lot of anxiousness, stress, and puts our body in a highly, highly intense state. So number one, slow down. I of the is inspire. So breathe. Take a deep breath in. We don't breathe enough. Get the oxygen into the system. Go for a walk. And don't worry about the high intensity training so much, but go breathe. Go for a nice walk where you get oxygen into the system. Third is R. Reframe things. Look at things differently. Is what you're saying 100% accurate, or is it something you're making up in your head? So reframe your thoughts. P is get back to the present. I'll give you an example of this. Instead of looking at if it's cloudy outside, you're in Georgia, so it's a little different. But instead of looking at the clouds outside, say, oh my God, it's such a horrible day, it's cloudy, it's drudgy, it's dreary, it's going to be like this forever. Just take a step back and say, you know what, let me just get out of bed and get present. And maybe it'll turn sunny later on. And I say, avoid that state as much as you can. Avoid that consciousness, avoid that thinking, and avoid being in that place. If you go back there, if you're sliding back into it, get back out of it and get back to reality.
Excellent tips. And finally, what's your elevator pitch for Chasing Success, your book?
Well, Chasing Success really is about opening the doors to a much more balanced, realistic state versus all the expectations that we put on ourselves by our parents, our family, our friends, our societies. It allows you to really turn into really becoming authentic and real and live in a state of grace and love.
And can we get that online?
Absolutely. You can go to ChasingSuccessBook.com, or of course you can get everything, you can get it on Amazon.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Alok Trivedi, thank you so much for your time today. You've given us a lot of good advice, a lot of things to think about as we get through this pandemic. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Next on Jenny, social distancing, working